We docked the boat, got off the boat, walked on the island, walked a pretty nice stretch, came back, got back on the boat, went around the island, looked, came back around, and where we went to, that's where apparently they say that his body floated up. I don't know a lot about water currents over there, but I would think that we would have saw his body.
Crump and the Wells family have announced that they have hired an oceanic engineer expert to examine the circumstances surrounding where Nolan's body was found. The main question that they are trying to find out is, how did Nolan end up in the same location that the boat was last known to be 2 days later after extensive search efforts?
Have consulted President Ariel with oceanic engineering experts to talk about how these facts are lining up. The fact that they say Nolan's body was found in the same location where they say they left him at. And so we want to know, how is that possible with the oceanic tides? We want the experts. I mean, you got low tides and high tides. It's not adding up, so we are going to dot every I and cross every T until we find out what happened to Nolan Wells.
Now, one detail that stood out to me is one of the first initial press conferences that they did, and Nolan's father, Elmore, talks about how the following morning he went out to look for his son, and he went in those exact areas, and he did not find Nolan.
We docked the boat, got off the boat, walked on the island, walked a pretty nice stretch, came back, got back on the boat, went around the island, looked, came back around, and where we went to, that's where apparently they say that his body floated up. I don't know a lot about water currents over there, but I would think that we would have saw his body.
He also talked about how there were people on the island. There was a family on the island camping, and they didn't see anything. They didn't see Nolan.
There was a family that stayed a night on the island, like actually tented out on the island. So if he was left, he would have saw that family on the island, and there was 2 of the boats docked, so he would have had help.
And then he talks about how he saw the sheriff and the Coast Guard.
I think we stayed there for like an hour and a half. That's when Jackson County and the Sheriff Department showed up, and they were going to do their rounds. And I had a classmate of mine, him and his 2 boys, they came out and they searched, and then they got back in touch with me and said the Coast Guard had finally showed up in airplane.
And they were searching as well in that same exact spot.
He went missing on July 4th, as they say. His body should have been there on July 5th. Why would it not appear to July 6th? And that's one of those things that's just not adding up. If he stayed behind on the island, there were boats there. There were people. Somebody had to see something.
And that's why they're getting an expert, an oceanic engineer expert, to see, is that possible with all the currents and everything, that he would just pop up, 2 days later in the same exact spot, face down? Let's get some experts on it, right? Well, that's what they're doing. There's been a lot of people that are familiar with the island chiming in before this and saying that there's always risk of the current, especially towards the very tip of the island. It can really rip fast through there. So if it's ripping fast through there, how is his body ending up in the same exact spot after 2 days of searching? And again, the Jackson County Sheriff, Sunday, July 5th, was looking all over for the body as well. And it did not pop up in that same spot that they were looking for it. This island is not that big. So 2 days of searching the same exact spot, and then he comes up face down. Again, so many questions, but I'm glad that they have an expert on it because maybe we will find some more answers because we're not getting any from the officials. Also, quick update, the autopsy results for Nolan Wells is now complete. But as the district attorney said a couple weeks ago, it will be sealed until it is sent to the grand jury. So we still have to wait on this original autopsy. But that is also going to answer a lot of questions. Hopefully we can get the truth because this case is all over the place.
It's really painful, I must say honestly. Just look at the screen recording I added for you guys. Are you people seeing what people are saying? Are you people seeing what people are saying? Just have a look. It's really painful, I must say. It's really draining because the truth is I feel for the mother, I feel for the parents of Nolan Wells. This is not something to wish even to your worst enemy. Just have a look. It's painful, seriously. It's painful. God give them the grace to handle this.
Okay, y'all. This Nolan Wells case may be heading into an entirely new courtroom battle. You see, attorney Ben Crump was hired to represent the Wells family, but it looks like he's about to need his own representation, because according to an interview with the New York Post, Warren Hudson, the teen who has described himself as Nolan Wells' best friend, along with his parents, Ben and Ashley Hudson, say they're gearing up to sue civil rights attorney Ben Crump. And get this, the Hudson family claims Crump's public statements falsely implicated Warren and his friends in Nolan's death. According to Ben Hudson, Ben Crump has continually promoted what he believes is a false narrative and unfairly damaged his family's reputation and has caused harm to their community as well as the Wells family. But that's not all he had to say. Ben Hudson also accused Crump of financially exploiting the tragedy surrounding Nolan Wells and claims the case has become much bigger than the facts themselves. And if that wasn't enough, he's even blaming Reverend Al Sharpton and accusing him of using Nolan's case as a political tactic because the midterms are coming up in November. According to Ben Hudson, other families will likely file lawsuits too.
Ben Crump, what is his really stance in this case? What is he actually doing? What does he say regarding all of this? Has he impacted anything positively in this case? Or is he just there chasing clouds? Because with some people's comments I'm seeing, it's quite glaring that his input in this case is not really tangible. Like, he's not really truthful in all of this that has been going on, and that has got a whole lot of people talking and questioning him. It's up to him to come out and declare his stand in this Nolan Wells case, because at this point, nobody knows. At this point, the whole thing is becoming boring and annoying at the same time, but I wish that justice will definitely be served. Special credit to all the original owners of the videos used in the creation of this video. This is solely for analysis purpose and also for educational purpose and also for research and also to tell people what is actually going on. If you have watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to this channel, like this video, also share it to your friends and loved ones. This Nolan Wells case it will also be an eye-opener to all teenagers out there. When you are making friends, you just have to be careful. And as a parent, as a mother, as a father, try and know the kind of friends your kids are keeping. It will help go a long way in whatsoever that you are doing. Yes, it will definitely help out if you really know the kind of friends that they keep. And also, we also pray and ask God for protection. Because in all of this, it's only God that is protecting and shielding these kids. Have a lovely day, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you all in our next video. Till then, bye.